This program has been paid for by Strather Academy, creating developers within our communities.
Hi, this is Herb Strather, Wealth and Development, and welcome to my show. Today we have a great guest, one a personal friend of mine. His name is Bruce Simpson, and he is the ombudsman for the city of Detroit. Bruce, how you doing, my man?
I'm all right. How you doing,
Good,
Herb?
good. Bruce, before we get into it, I want you just to kind of let everyone know a little bit about yourself. Now, you're a Detroiter? Are you a blue-blooded Detroiter?
Absolutely, born and raised.
East side or west side?
East side.
East side?
East side.
He's an east sider. You understand?
Yeah, I live on the west now, but I grew up on the east side all my life.
So where at on the east side, Bruce?
Meringue and Kelly, right around the corner from Denby High School. If
you know that? Isn't that something? So our class just bought a building over there, 12026 Meringue. It's a 4-story. You may know where that is located at.
What kind of building?
It's an apartment building. We took it on as a project, a class project. So we acquired the building, and we're doing the renovation.
So it would be on the corner of what? Meringue and what?
See, I don't know much about
Meringue
the east side.
Lane?
Yeah, I think so.
That
I think so.
right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know about the east side over there?
Yeah, I do.
How about that? So I don't know a lot about the east side, although I was born on Mack and Mount Elliott.
Oh, okay.
But my parents got me off the east side. Listen
what
to
you
y'all.
trying to say?
Everybody on the east side. Now, we don't be joking.
On,
Take it as a joke.
Hold on, what you trying to say? Some of
we're gonna have
of
some
your
fun
greats
tonight.
come off the east side.
That's absolutely right, because I'm from the east side. Most of my family grew up on Heidelberg Street. You know, I had about 4 or 5 people over there.
Yeah.
So to all the east siders, you have a champion right here. You have actually 2 champions right here.
Absolutely.
So, Bruce, we're going to get it on about what do you do as an ombudsman, but I want to save those questions to get back. I just want to tell us a little bit about the high school. Give us about 30 or 40 seconds.
About me, just born and raised east side. I'm 35 years old. I have 2 beautiful boys, Cameron and Caden, 12 and 6. Went to grade school at St. Brendan's High School.
Okay.
St. Brendan's Middle School. My parents believed in investing in our education. I was fortunate enough to go to Notre Dame High School when it was Notre Dame next to Eastland. I was upset with my mother about it because it was an all-boys Catholic school.
No ladies.
No ladies. The ladies were next door at Regina. So I was literally the kid getting chased out of the high school by the nuns. If you could picture that, and then on to Bowling Green State University for college, and City of Detroit. I had an internship with City Council.
And what city council person was it?
Watson.
Okay, Joe.
Councilmember, yeah, she was tough on me too. My grandmother is Barbara Rose Collins.
Oh, Barbara Rose Collins.
You didn't know that, her?
No, how did I miss that?
Oh, that's my grandmother, and although her and Joanne were friends, she did not slack on me at all. Took that training on down to the ombudsman's office in 2007. Worked my way up at the lowest possible position in that office, and now I'm the ombudsman.
Wow, that is one heck of a story. A blue-blooded Detroiter, born on the west side, the grandson of Barbara Rose. Born on the east side. Let's get that straight. But moved to the west side. You got that? The grandson of Barbara Rose Collins, and also influenced by Joanne Watson. Started from the bottom, now we're here. This is really, really exciting. We're going to have a great show. So I want you to call all of your friends and say Herb Strather and Bruce Simpson is on, and they are going to really do it in. We're going to really give you a lot of information and going to give you an inside peek into the ombudsman. And I got some really direct questions about how the ombudsman can help our situation here in Detroit. So we'll be back in 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
What is this? A text message from the Wayne County Treasurer's Office about my payment plan?
That's right. Our Project Text Message program allows you to enroll in our free text messaging service. All you have to do is provide your cell phone number. I'm here today with one of our customer service representatives, Karim Howe. She will explain how it works.
Our customer service team will send friendly reminders and text alert updates about your current payment plan. Everyone gets busy. We want to help you stay on track with your tax payments to avoid foreclosure. Call 313-224-5990 to enroll in our voluntary program. You will receive reminders on tax payment due dates and other important valuable information.
Join Project Text Message today by calling 313-224-5990 or email our office at textinfo@waynecounty.com. Stay in touch. Stay connected.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
All right, we're back. Wealth and Development, Herb Strather, and my main man, Bruce Simpson, the ombudsman for the city of Detroit, as our guest. So, Bruce, let's gotta get it on, my man.
Yep, let's get it on. Let's do
first,
it.
I just feel so good interviewing you, just being from Detroit, because many of our young people, when they graduated, they went on to other places. I think 10% of Detroit, a full 10% is in Atlanta. You know what I mean?
I can believe it. Atlanta, D.C.,
yeah, I mean,
Dallas.
They're all over the world. So, first of all, for all of our listening audience, would you tell us what your job is as an ombudsman in that office?
Right. So we are an advocate for the people. City government, the bureaucracy can be overwhelming for our citizenry, and we're here to help sort of as a last line of defense. When you run into trouble as it pertains to city services, and it doesn't matter what department you're talking about, we are an independent oversight agency that is here to help you with those services. So, like I said, it does not matter what department you're talking about. Even if something is outside of our purview, we typically help everyone who contacts us.
Right, so how many people do you have, how big is your staff?
So I have a staff of 8.
8?
Yeah.
Wow. So
it.
what type of major issues do you get into? Well, what would you say is the 3 major things that you are requested to do for the citizenry?
Blight is number 1.
When people call and say, look at this building next to me, look at this condition, can you help me get this cleaned up?
Right, so blight, especially demolition, illegal dumping, we still have a lot of that. A lot of the problems that we run into are cultural, behavioral issues in terms of people thinking it's okay. And it's not always, which is a misconception, that it's always us doing it to us. We have contractors who come in from outside of the city and just dump because they feel like they can, because they feel like it's just the city of Detroit. So blight is definitely an issue. Water is definitely an issue. People are very passionate about water.
You mean the water bill itself?
The billing, especially drainage, is controversial in terms of the stance that the city has taken on drainage. It has caused a tremendous burden on the people. So we hear that quite often. We've even seen instances where people are put in a position where they may be foreclosed upon due to drainage fees.
To drainage fees, the foreclosure. Citizens are getting foreclosed for drainage fees, for example, and they come to you for help.
Yeah, and a lot of times those are business owners, right, who deal with that because.
So also, wait a minute now. You're suggesting that you help businesses too?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
They have some of the larger problems. When you're a business owner and you own a property that is a couple acres, and they send you a drainage bill, it's going to be a hefty drainage bill. So a lot of those entities we help. I'll give you an example, a good example. Ducharme Place over there on Lafayette. We work closely with them to help them with some of the issues they had with the water department.
You mean the new development?
Yes. Yep, right there on, I think it's Lafayette and Shane, right next to 1300.
No question about it. I just sold my building right behind there, Central Park. I owned it for 35 years.
Okay.
Yes. So they have drainage, for example, some pretty expensive bills. Now, I'm going to kind of subway right here into drainage since we're talking about it.
Yep.
But if you just have dirt, the water hit the ground, it absorbs into the ground.
Right.
So you don't have major issues on those, I would assume, because you don't have the drainage itself. You just have a regular absorption, right?
Right. So the way that the water department breaks it down, Herb, and you know this, is impervious versus non-impervious land. So anything, if you have a rooftop concrete, anything that's hard surface, you're going to be charged. Part of that calculation is going to be the square footage of hard surface that's not going to absorb that
Right.
water is going to play into your overall bill.
Because ultimately it's going to go into the drainage system anyway.
Right, correct.
So, and I can understand that because the city of Detroit have to make sure that everything is clean and they got to absorb the water and all of that kind of stuff.
I can understand it. I will push back a little bit and just say that we have to make everyone pay their fair share, but we also have to make sure that we're not putting businesses in a position where they can't function financially due to a overwhelming bill.
Well, that's understandable because we have to have an environment that allow people to function and succeed. Now, you indicated that you help individuals and businesses. One of the things that come to my mind, Bruce, is whether or not the office is also an advocate for just maybe broad issues.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So later on this month, the date has been given to me of March 25th, where I'll produce my annual report. Within that report, I make recommendations to council, recommendations that I believe the administration pays attention to about the issues that we see throughout city government, and those are for systemic issues by and large, where we can show there are problems that need to be addressed.
Well, you know what? That's very interesting because maybe we would like to have a little input. Maybe we can help you.
Absolutely.
To my audience and all of that. Maybe you have a few questions that you would like to shoot for Bruce. I certainly have some things on the very top of my mind that I would like to suggest to you or to have a discussion with you, and maybe there can be an inclusion in it. And maybe you could give us a little sneak preview, if you will, an early little sneak preview of what maybe some of those major issues are going to be in your report. Listen, we'll be right back to you in about 2 minutes. This is getting exciting because we're going to have us a sneak peek and a discussion with Bruce Simpson.
Home fire drills give your family a plan of action. Show everyone 2 ways out of the house, pick a safe meeting spot, and get there in under 2 minutes. Then practice so everyone knows exactly what to do. Go to ready.gov/fire drill and learn how to prepare your family.
What is this? A text message from the Wayne County Treasurer's Office about my payment plan?
That's right. Our Project Text Message program allows you to enroll in our free text messaging service. All you have to do is provide your cell phone number. I'm here today with one of our customer service representatives, Karim Howell. She will explain how it works.
Our customer service team will send friendly reminders and text alert updates about your current payment plan. Everyone gets busy. We want to help you stay on track with your tax payments to avoid foreclosure. Call 313-224-5990 to enroll in our voluntary program. You will receive reminders on tax payment due dates and other important valuable information.
Join Project Text Message today by calling 313-224-5990 or email our office at textinfo@waynecounty.com. Stay in touch. Stay connected.
We're back, Herb Strather, Wealth and Development. Before we get started, I would just like to reach out to Wayne County Treasurer Eric Chabris. Such a great job he's doing and in supporting our program. And just remember that this is a very, very important time that you get down to Wayne County and you make payment arrangements to pay your taxes. Detroiters, we cannot afford to lose our equity. The world is sitting around a big table eating our lunch. And, you know, talking about that, there are issues concerning Wayne County that I have concerned about. Now, we're going to express some of these issues. Some of them you may not be able to do anything about.
Okay.
And some of you listening may not like what I'm fixed to say.
Uh-oh.
But let me just talk about some of the issues that most concern me. Now, since we were on Wayne County, we know Wayne County Land Bank have a right to buy Detroit real estate before it goes to the auction. The state of Michigan have a right, the Wayne County have a right, and the city of Detroit have a right. They each have a right to take properties that have been foreclosed after June 30th before they go to the September auction, and they can sequester, they can buy those properties and take them off the list and they could turn around and sell those properties themselves. The issue I got, and you may or may not be aware of it, because many of the things that concern us we've discovered and we don't like it. You understand? And some of it is governmental, and this is probably a very, very tough one, but Wayne County can take the properties and they issue an RFP for these properties, and people bid on them and they sell these properties outside of the auction. Now, okay, fine, we got that. But here's the problem with it, that they get 50% of the taxes, of the property taxes that Detroiters should have. They take our taxes for 5 years. On those properties they sequester and flip.
Okay, now what you are saying to me is certainly new to a certain degree, the way you've just described it, and it sounds very problematic because it sounds like you can pick winners and losers. I think everyone deserves a right. If you're gonna sell property, bulk property or blocks of property, it should be as inclusive as possible as opposed to exclusive. I believe that right off the bat without knowing the details. But
when you say inclusive, you mean include Detroiters as much as possible? What
yeah, I mean not just for the larger names out there, those who are always consuming property. You can't have the same players give other people an opportunity to prosper as well.
Okay, then so I can understand that, but the issue that bothered me the most, if they can take our property taxes, if they take normally these properties go to the auction and go to the highest bidder. They'll take 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 of the properties and bid them off to their constituents or whomever, and they get half the taxes. This is wrong. They are taking they are taking money that Detroit needs to operate, and they have the right to just take the properties and take the property tax. And after 5 years, they give it up. But what gives them the right to take our property taxes for 5 years?
So, Herb, in the neighborhood, we call that the hookup.
The hookup is hooked up.
That's the hookup.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, Herb, it's very problematic. Once again, I don't believe that we should be conducting ourselves in that manner as government, whether you're talking about Wayne County, City of Detroit, Land Bank, we should not.
Right. Well, Bruce, since we're on it, I got some other issues that are very, very broad and very concerning to us. You know, Strather Academy and myself, I'm in the legacy part of my life, and I don't do anything just for money now. I want to do something that would have a lasting impact on my city and on the citizens. And what I see right now is people, government, agencies everywhere is angling to eat our lunch. I mean, it is most disturbing. For one of the problems I got, another problem here, and you know, I think there's a lot of governmental officials that are not going to like what I have to say, but I'm an advocate for the people, right? Absolutely. And I tell you the issues are going to be tough. Yep. So one of the things that bother me most is that when homeowners lose their property, they have a 6-month right to redeem their property. And that 6-month right is being essentially attacked. And then there are rules and regulations that prevent people from redeeming their property at a fair price. So due to recent legislation a couple of years ago in Lansing, if you lose your property and someone come out to your house to inspect, you don't let them inspect it, they can accelerate the redemption period from 180 days to 30 days. Now that is problematic in itself. But the bigger issue that I'm concerned with is Wayne County Register of Deeds, what used to allow people to redeem their property. In other words, if you came up to the window as a seller and you paid the amount on the sheriff's sale plus the per diem interest, you could redeem it. Right now, Wayne County Register of Deeds says, no, we will not accept it. We'll give you a receipt. But you go, listen to this now, you go to the person, whoever bought your house, and you get their sign off, and they got to sign off and say they will accept the amount that you're offering. The problem is some of them come back and say they want $35,000.
Exorbitant amount. So
they sit up and rape us and do not allow us to even redeem our property. Right now, we got 5 deals up. We got the money up. They want to take the money, and we won't. And it's just stalemate. We go into court. So the issue is, you know, can the Ombudsman Department do something, perhaps help us to fight this? And that is, one, we did go to Lansing. I personally went to Lansing and lobbied to make it, make the redemption, make the fee that they can charge over and above the the amount you to redeem $200. Now, at this point, that's not a law yet, although the Senate has passed it, the House haven't. We need some broader help.
We need some exposure and bringing light to the issue so that people know how big.
Can you do that?
Listen, I will take that flag and carry it. I think it's important. I think not only on the Wayne County level, but on the municipal level as well. We have a lot of instances in the city of Detroit where people, you want to know what I get complaints about, people are upset as it pertains to the nuisance and abatement program through the land bank. It's problematic. The land bank at any given time has about 90 to 95,000 parcels in its possession.
Right.
There's no way they can take care of their property, but yet, if it's you or I, they come by.
They take us to court.
If it's me or you and they see a gutter that's hanging loose, it's like, oh, we gotta take Herb's property because that gutter is hanging loose. That's problematic. It's hypocritical. At the very least, that's putting it politely, and it's not something that I think government should be doing, whether it's coming through an authority or not.
Well, I think it is extremely challenging. Bruce, I got another question for you that I want to answer right after this break. But one of the major issues that we still have in the city of Detroit, I got a call yesterday from a lady that's 85 years old. And she says, you know, I got to get down and pay my property taxes. I owed 15 and 16. She said she owed property taxes. And she asked, is there some way we can help, blah, blah, blah. And I said, ma'am, how much money do you get a month? She says $950.
She's on a fixed income. She needs a hardship.
She needs a hardship. She could go downtown and listen to this, Detroiters. If you make less than $16,700 a year, you do not have to pay property taxes. This message is not out, although you know that ACLU sued Detroit, and we won. There was a judgment, and about 1,500 houses was given back to people at $500 to $1,000. The problem is that there is no advocacy telling people, look, you don't have to pay property taxes. That was in the newspaper. For those who read newspapers now, a lot of people don't even bother the internet and the TV. They just look at that. Can your office get the word out?
Absolutely. Working with Willie Dunwell, who's the chair of our board of review, he does the very best that he can with the limited resources to get that word out. I watch him work every day to help people stay in their homes.
Right.
Through the board of review process and making them aware of what's available to them, especially our seniors who are the most vulnerable on a fixed income, as you just mentioned. It's something that we have to keep pushing. We have to post it on social media. We have to do shows like yours. We have to, as much as possible, get the word out.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you another question when I come back. I'm going to ask you the question now, and then when you come back, we can answer it. The question is that whether or not your office, for example, would have authority to have perhaps a GoFundMe account to help people that have been totally disenfranchised. You know, someone may be able to go off and get off the tax roll right now, but all of a sudden they still owe 3 years worth of taxes. Well, yeah, we'll let you answer that when you come back. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
What is this? A text message from the Wayne County Treasurer's Office about my payment plan?
That's right. Our Project Text Message program allows you to enroll in our free text messaging service. All you have to do is provide your cell phone number. I'm here today with one of our customer service representatives, Karim Howell. She will explain how it works.
Our customer service team will send friendly reminders and text alert updates about your current payment plan. Everyone gets busy. We want to help you stay on track with your tax payments to avoid foreclosure. Call 313-224-5990 to enroll in our voluntary program. You will receive reminders on tax payment due dates and other important valuable information.
Join Project Text Message today by calling 313-224-5990 or email our office at textinfo@waynecounty.com. Stay in touch. Stay connected.
Testing. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy.
Hey everybody, Herb Strather. I'm back with my main man, Bruce Simpson, this Herb Strather Wealth and Development. And once again, I'd like to shout out to my main man, Eric Sabri, and to the great job Eric's doing as our Wayne County Treasurer, getting the message out for people to pay their taxes, to enter the payment agreement. Let me tell you, if you're very low, very low income and you do not have money to pay your taxes right now, you could go down and you can take and arrange for it to skip all the way to December. And as long as you make arrangements before December, you could take and save your house. So make sure you take action and save your house. Back to the question, Bruce, about whether or not your office can do a Fund Me account. Because if you can, I don't know the answer to it, but I want to promote it on our show as an advocacy for us to help people who cannot really help themselves. How about the grandmother with the wheelchair that got a son that is a grandson that she got to raise all by herself that have health issues, that kind of issues?
So I do have a revolving fund.
You do?
Yeah, and we
you got that now.
We asked for approval through City Council back in 2007 in the Ombudsman's office to set this fund up. That fund went underutilized.
Yeah.
And
you didn't use the money?
Well,
Marie Donaldson was back there, wasn't that not true?
No. That was my predecessor, my former boss, Doreen Brown, who was the ombudsman. But here's what we did. We gave that fund life. So this Thanksgiving, we raised $10,000, $5,000 of which we spent on feeding families for Thanksgiving. So we fed over 440 families. And gave them turkeys, and we worked through our community groups, which we already had strong ties with, to make sure it went to the right persons and it wasn't abused. Then we took the other $5,000 and worked through the Capuchin Soup Kitchen and donated everything from clothes, food to
well, you know
things
what,
like that.
Bruce, that is really good. Bruce, I have so many questions that I need to ask you.
Yep.
I got to bring you back on because, you know, the bottom line is that we're very much concerned that others are eating our lunch, they're taking our equity, and there are policies that are being created that beats us up. Hell, I got a building on Grand River in Greenfield. They put a notice to tear the whole building down because the sign was obsolete, and I haven't gotten rid of the obsolete sign. So I got to paint over the sign or they're going to tear my building down.
If I could say one thing, we started off talking about where I'm from.
Yes.
City of Detroit, East Side.
Right.
When you have people who are in charge of making policies and procedures, but they don't relate to you,
right,
and they don't understand.
That's an issue.
They don't understand your experience.
Yes.
They're not gonna know how to help you. So this might be why you're running into some of the issues that you're running into.
Right. Listen, everybody, I want to continue this. I am bringing him back. I would like to reach out to all of our supporters. Once again, Eric Sabri and his office and team of experts over there. We couldn't be more proud of you because you're in the team for the good fight. Willie Donwell, the chairman of the Board of Review, you're a fighter for the city of Detroit. This man actually gives some of his salary to help people that is being disenfranchised. And Willie, don't get mad at me for saying that. But look, we're going to have a fund, and this fund, Detroiters, we can do something about it ourselves. So I want you to stay tuned because I'm bringing Bruce back in just a week or two. Thank you very much for watching Wealth and Development Show, and let us get involved. Strather Academy is here to help. Join us, Strather Academy, at stratheracademy.com or 313-444-9691. By the way, we have free seminars on Saturdays. Free seminars, 313-444-9691. Get involved.
This program has been paid for by Strather Academy, creating developers within our communities.